Now, today I figured, why not look back at 2021 and look at some of the ups and downs through the year. Might be a little fun, but why not? Let's start with pretty early last year and doing something that you see on forums that a lot of people say you can't do. So that was cold starting this truck because I had to go to work. -6 degrees with a wind chill of -8. Of course, quarter jet, no choke. And I did. Pontiac Tribute Day. That was up in Kansas City. Got to hang out with Will from Will's Wheels. That's pretty cool. And see all the cool Pontiacs in one place. The cool projects I got to do was work on my buddy's tunnel ram for his CUDA. Best part about that is seeing his face when I brought it in and hearing his excitement. Can't beat that. Now, downside of this year was there was no uphill race at Marble City this year. And that's unfortunate because I was really looking forward to it because I really enjoyed it. I believe they were redoing the road and they just ran out of time to do it this year. Mulder Cruise Night, that's always a blast. And it never disappoints. Probably one of the best cruise nights around. One of my favorite events this year was the Pontiac Nationals. That was just a blast. It was almost too much for me to see everything. I did miss a lot of the racing because of looking at the car show, picking out batteries, charging batteries, because there's so much. Of course, let's not forget Merv. That was honestly pretty disappointing this year, and it was unfortunate. I was looking forward to finishing that project, but sometimes it just doesn't happen. Now, something else that was really cool this year was Dill versus Clay, Gasser Brothers versus Classical Gas. They put on a great show. They originally did this to help promote Pontiac Uprising. Made a little theatrical scheme about it, and it was a blast. Awesome race to watch.
What are you doing, sir?
Two great guys, funny.
This is live.
And just
nothing to see here.
very enjoyable.
Great. You can just tell them we didn't get there on side by side.
It's good. Yeah.
Oh wait, there's a problem with that. Because I think Darren just saw it on like live TV or something.
Live? Ooh, that's gonna be hard to BS past.
When you want to turn that on?
Oh, it's already on.
It's on now?
Oh.
Oh.
That's not good. Go ahead, give me.
Of course, with mentioning Pontiac Uprising, well, that's another great event this year. I love that event. There's a bunch of great Pontiac people there. Very fun. You can't beat it. And of course, speaking of Pontiacs, big downfall this year was the 64 GTO. After all that work I put into it in order to try to make it to my local drag strip closing down, I ended up tearing up the transmission, and I think more than that at this point. So that was a huge disappointment this year. I did finally get out of my sump and start building my C10. That was my first truck, and it means a lot to me. So that, finally getting out of that made me feel a lot better when I started working on it. I'm sure some of y'all know how that feels. And probably my biggest letdown and disappointment of this year is the Ford Focus. It's probably not a lot y'all seen about this, and there's more to it than what I put on YouTube, but this has got to be the biggest pain in the rear car I've ever dealt with. It had an issue, I tried and chased and fixed, and this thing has almost blown my budget, and it's one of the worst vehicles I've ever owned because of the transmission. I really didn't know that much about the transmissions going into them, and then, well, working on it and trying to figure out how to fix it, I just found more issues, and that I'm not going to be able to fix that issue myself. And finding someone to fix it other than a dealer, the dealership, is going to be a pain. So, but there it is. The upsides and the downsides for me for 2021. Now, I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, thanks for watching.